Dear colleagues, in my work I focus on linguistic legacy materials and have developed a framework for investigating them. You can find the full text here. Legacy materials are an invaluable resource for researchers and communities. They contain historical language use, may feature traditional knowledge or cultural treasures, or enable a connection to the ancestors. Yet, they also come with various ethical, technological, and linguistic issues. A defining feature of legacy materials is the spatio-temporal distance from the context of their creation. It might not be possible to ask the involved researchers or consultants about specific decisions that led to the artifacts at hand. At best, they might not remember all details. At worst, we have only the data without contextual clues or metadata. The task for everyone working with legacy materials lies in retracing and recontextualizing the data fragments to find out where they fit into the research narratives, from initial stages of a project to data elicitation, versions and working copies, to final research outputs. In this work, the social dimensions of legacy data, as I call them, are of utmost importance. We need to understand which decisions were made, under which assumptions, and in which social settings, and how those decisions led to the creation and co-creation of knowledge as it's embedded into the artifacts. Each dimension contains a motivated movement that can stay within a domain, for example, marks within the same notepad, or transcend their boundaries, like transcriptions of recordings, the application of guidelines, digitization, contextualization amidst other data and publications, or various types of peer review. In order to map the multiple social dimensions that affect an artifact between the original speech event and the current state of preservation, I propose a framework that allows us to map these movements of knowledge enrichment through artifactual and immaterial planes. One axis charts these transformations of abstract knowledge into artifacts and the abstraction of knowledge from them. The other, vaguely, defines an opposition between an immanent plane, that can be a research project, a particular artifact or particular speech event, and an external source of influence. These can be other artifacts and documents, colleagues, community members, social groups, or authorities. Understanding how all these external influences shape the knowledge contained in an artifact can help us to understand how it was created and which ethical, intellectual, and linguistic issues we might face. An illustration of this process can be found in my thesis. I'm looking forward to all comments or questions.